What are you deleting now?
These things that are directives to the printer, that they are just confusing. Here. Okay.
So how are the files structured?
Well, here I can see it. See, or if I want to, I can turn off the numbers. See. Oops. See all these different views we get?
Yes.
So do you kind of get the hierarchy here?
Wait, can you guys start at the top? Because now you've started in the middle.
Okay. What are the...
I mean, is it ready to set up the system for you?
Depends on what you want to... I don't know exactly what to show.
Okay.
But it started kind of like basic, nothing there now. Yeah?
Yeah. Okay, so I'll ask what the main features of NLS are. Is that a good question?
Great question. Let's just jump.
Is that very top level? I think what we would like to hear is about the addressing, the...
Okay, just ask the question now. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
So what are the main features of Augment?
Well, to start with, the files we decided to organize explicitly hierarchical if you chose to. And because the idea was to find ways in which you could express the conceptual structure of things a little better with the computer ways that showed it. And then, so this became saying to me, well, I'd like to be able to move around very flexibly. And then I'd like also, whenever I get someplace, to be able to, if there are various views that help me get the picture of what's supposed to be being contained in that knowledge, help portray it for me.
What are the different views?
Well, I can show you here on the screen.
Yeah.
So this is saying, hey, I'm looking at a file, and just a sample file, and the thing is here, I'm showing you all the different levels in there, and I'm showing you the way the location of them is described with alternate, like 4A1 means it's under the 4th main branch, and 4A means the first of the subordinate branches there, and then 4A1, 2, and 3 are the subordinates of that. But these are things that, like this could be a chapter, and these are sections, and these are the paragraphs in the section. But it just lets you go arbitrarily deep, but keep track of it. And so if you might notice that every paragraph, or it's in there, there's only one line of it.
Yeah.
And that's because I've chosen, when I construct this view very quickly, I didn't construct it, I said, show me this view. And the computer constructed it. That I said, I just want to see the first line of every paragraph just to help me understand what might be any place. And for instance, I can say, oh, I'm interested in this down here at 4B. One of the underlying concepts is, say, for completeness, I found something here. Well, let me jump to that. So I just ask for a jump command.
What is jumping?
Jump, I'll show you. I'm going to jump to that place in the file. So I click on it, and then I say I have the option, as shown up here, for specifying a change in the way it's viewed. So what if I just say, I hit these 3 characters. W means I want to open up and show everything that's there at all levels and everything. Y says I'd like to put a blank line between the paragraphs. G says only show me what's under 4B.
Right.
Okay? So I say click, okay, do it. Boom, it's up there. So that's how I've said, oh, that's another view that in my own hunting around and studying it shows me something I wanted to make clear to myself. So I have many others. I could say, don't show me anything below the 2nd level, and show me only the first line again, all the way the rest through it. See, so it'll show me the rest. And I say, oh yeah, here down here, this organizational hill climb is where I wanted to go, and show me that with just only that one branch. Will show me all the levels under there. Well, there aren't any more. I see. Well, then show it to me all wide everything so I can read it again.
Yeah.
So these are the kind of flexibility. And another thing is, you like everything to be addressable, if you wish. So I could say, I want to jump. I want to jump to the item that's 7B. See, I label that there. This is down here. Well, it'll jump me to that then, see? It'll really show me that. So I say, well, my goodness. If I dare edit this thing, I could say, oh, I want to say, I want to add something that's called a link. I'm just putting this there just just to show it. I wouldn't print that there, but a link here is an address that's bounded by these two kind of wedges, see? So I'll say I want to go to 4, but when I get to 4, I want to look at all the levels that are only below there, and one line each, and no blank lines between it. Okay, and I see, oh, I have a link. That's what defines a link. It's an address, which can be much more sophisticated than that, pointing to anything in any of my files. And then on every time you have a link, you can specify that when I get there, this is the explicit view I want.
Yeah.
So let's just say, what if I say jump to link, and then select that link, and then say go. See, bingo. Just the particular view I wanted to see. So there are quite a few different kinds of viewing specifications you can establish, with people just using that all the time. I could say, I want to jump, and you can just say it right here. I want to jump to item 2, and I specify. So then it says, oh, you've said where you want to go. Do you want a new view when you get there? Yes. Suppose I turn off the numbers and have 2 lines and a blank line between them, see? Oh, there's nothing but 2. I should have known that. Gone to 3. Let me go to the successor of this one, say there.
Oh, there you go.
Or the view I want. See? But,
And can you do can you edit text?
yes, what would you like?
Well, copy and paste and delete. And
Well, let's see. What would you like me to delete?
well, how about the titles?
Well, if I delete them, what happens to what's down below them? Or I could just delete the words that are there,
Yeah.
and that'll leave them blank. See, I can say, all right. Oh, it's gone.
Oops.
I can turn on the number address, and you'll see. Oh, there is a place for 4, but there's nothing content.
Yeah.
I can say I can replace that statement with the content of another one. See, and so what if I pick this one up here? Well, what if I pick this statement here? I'll say I'm going to replace this statement with this one.
Yeah.
So bingo, it's there. And so then I can look at something like I could say, oh, this language and methodology ought to be interchanged. Well, there's a verb called transpose that says interchange. Well, I want to transpose 2 of these statements, see? Bingo. So I can transpose, I could transpose what? I could transpose 2 chapters, sort of peek in this thing. Transpose branches. That's, well, yeah, transpose this whole branch with this one here. Bingo. And everything under it went with it. So I could, how long would copying and pasting do to do that kind of interchanging thing? Or moving?
And you use that. What do you use that for? Why do you use it?
Oh, well, this was a gimmick that we started working early on, at the same time as the mouse appeared, etc., thinking how we're going to give our commands. So one thing to tell you is I knew about menus, etc., way back then, so I experimented with the mouse tool, saying, I want to do something down here, if I had to go clear to a menu to press on it and come back to do this, how long would that take me? And then I had been playing with this idea, and I found out that I could say what I want to do faster here than I could go click on a menu.
And how does it work?
So this is a interesting thing. This grew out of a game I was playing with my children.
Really?
Yeah, and it I actually ended up teaching them the binary counting with their fingers. If you put a 1, a 2, a 4, a 8, a 16 on their fingers, pretty soon they get the idea of counting. See?
Yeah.
Oh. Then I went to 1, 2, 26, A through Z, and said, what's this? That's a 7. No, no, no. Oh, 7th letter is a G. Let's call that a G.
Yeah.
And what's this? Oh, that's 5. That's an E. Oh, we can spell.
Yeah.
And so they got so excited that within a week they were talking.
Do you use that for writing text as well, or mainly for commands?
No, I use it for short text periods. For longer periods, it's faster on the keyboard.
Yeah.
For short ones, it's here, but also the way we give commands. See, it's a verb, noun, like that. Well, I can hit a question mark anytime, and that'll show me all the verbs. It only takes 1 or 2 letters
Right.
to specify what you want, and then it comes out here full. Like pick a verb.
Jump.
Jump. So you see, it's just okay. So I just hit G, and it says I'm going to jump. And then it says to where?
To.
Then I can hit a question mark if I want to. But these are all of the things that we ended up getting as specialized targets. That's where you want to jump to.
Okay, so for instance, word.
Jump to word, huh? Okay, then you have, what's this? Question mark, options. The first or the next? Well,
Next.
we can say jump to the first
First.
word first. And there's a word that's been in there before, and I don't want to use that. So let me just say jump to the first word of some, right? S-O-M-E. Where do you think I'll go? Bingo.
Some. Oh, right.
See? So I could hit that again to say I want to go to the next word. Oh, there aren't any more. See? So I could say jump to the word first. First. Assume. I can click on it there. Jump to the word first. Oh, there's an assume. See? Is there a next one? Yeah, there's an assume. Oh, is there another one? Yes. Oh boy. Oh, look, a lot of assumes. Huh? So you do that.
Okay, now I'm going to ask some silly questions. Because you're in a file now, right?
Yes.
How, for instance, do you go to your email and your address book? How do you navigate?
Well, I usually could jump. If I say my address book, I call PH for phone, see? And I could just say I want to jump to PH, and I put a comma behind it, which that says it's expecting to find a file named PH. And I can go there. But if I want to, I can also say I fixed it so the last names of everybody in there was actually the label of that paragraph.
Okay, so you go, for instance, to Hagland.
All right. See, that's what's in there like that. So then I'll go and I'll say, it gives me a chance of review. So I'll say, okay, just look at what's Hagland and anything that's below it. See? There I am. See? So it gives you lots and lots of flexibility.
Yes, I see.
And then you can also put the addresses in the right kind of a format, call it a link. So then there's a command that says jump to link, see? And a lot of times I do things like put in links here to particular places I've found things, and I don't see any such that sometimes I can use things like the like an URL here. So in another version of this, you could say jump to link on that, and it would actually switch to the browser and take you there. Here's a message from Freud that says it's something like here. Talking about the documentary, that was 25 November last year. Well, let's jump to that link on that. There was just a note under his thing. Bingo, there I am with. That's the email that Freud sent.
Oh, great.
last November, talking about this. So there's just very much flexibility about moving and editing.
Very much.
The links can point to any object, any character, any word, anything.
Are you actually using this as your email? This.
Yeah, this is my stored email, I can say.
So but you're linking to messages.
See, I just say, this is a branch in there that I stored the comments back and forth about the documentary Ford wants to make. And I say, well, let's jump to the head of this and see what all kinds of categories are there.
Oh, wow.
There are all the categories, and I can look down any one category.
Yeah.
See, or I know that I've done it so that I said, after a while I stop showing categories and then just start showing files.
Yeah, because this is files and emails and notes. To say notes or what?
Yeah, see, under each one of these would be a set of emails. Like that. See, here are emails talking about hyperscope. So I stuck them all under something called, I just abbreviated as HS.
Yeah.
So I can say, I also want to see the last 4 messages that were in this file. Okay. Those are the last 4.
How do you save something? For instance, if we would write a note now, how would you save it?
Oh.
Do you type in the address as well? I'm just wondering how you save something in a specific place.
I say insert, etc. And like I could rearrange this, or I could sort of, but this has been sorted and arranged. So, but I can say, I can move this whole message here down here if I want to do that. See, rearrange them, or I could say I want to move this to that one in hyperscope. Oh, that was named HS. See.
Yeah.
And if I want to say, when you get there, go down a level and to the end of that. See, so it'll be the last one in there. Let's see if it got there. I'll jump to HS, went level down from each one, and sure enough, there's the message that was there that I just sent. I said, what was in that message? Well, I want to jump to it and look at all the levels under it. See? Oh, he called me hypothesis. So I'll just go up here and not turn on the numbers. See? So there's.
Great.
Look at this message. But
that's really great.
But it was years and years of evolution with these basic concepts of let's keep evolving, finding more functions, adding them if they prove to be useful, add them, refine them, do this and that, change the conventions. And so that was still evolving in the middle 80s from the middle 60s, so that was 20 years evolving. But the very early ones were made with this basic idea of can address anything and can provide views, jumping, linking.
You have any questions?
Yeah, I do. It's going to be amazing to edit these things together. But from the outside, you guys dove in pretty quickly. And the last question Doug didn't actually answer for me, the saving thing. What I understood you said, Doug, was how you can insert things into something else. But if you want to create a new file and store that.
Yeah, for instance,
it's in this file. But
to create a whole new file. Let's say you want to create a file to talk about how great this interview was.
Completely new, from scratch.
Why don't you ask that question from scratch too?
And suggest a name for it.
Yeah.
A short name.
So what if I would want to create a whole new file and call it Conversations with Doug? How would I do that?
That long name? Oh, I
Doug,
ask you if you
Engelbart.
can ask you. Just give me a one-word name.
Okay, so let's call it Camera.
Camera. Okay. So I'll say create file named camera. That's it. Okay. So bingo, there it is. It has this kind of material in it.
Mm-hmm.
The camera doesn't come till there, and the date and time at which this was performed.
Yeah.
But I can add in front of it, which I usually do, and then add some convention like this, so I can add then any titling I wish above this, and this material here, which is more for internal use, can be appended to it like that.
So it has a title above.
I can, yeah, I generally do that. So when I first go into a file, I usually look at this thing with one line only. So I'd like to see what the title is, and then if it has everything in it like this, that's okay.
Can I ask you another question? You know how in like Mac and on a PC, you can view files. We are very much used to that now. You know, you have, for instance, a file called documentary, and then there are separate so you can
folders and files.
Yeah, folders, so you can see what you have right in front of you. For instance, because what if I don't know the name of a file in your case?
Well, I've got a file named F.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll go to a file named F, and after in front of that, and so this would be like, the F there like that, and when I get there, this gives me the view of the master set of files. See?
Yes.
Then I can go down under each one just like it's a primary folder. See? I go say what's under that OHS one. Well, show me what's under there.
Yeah.
If there are more layers down there or not. So this was acting like a folder. Boom. So each of these is something I can link to right away, whichever one I want. So the sort of link to it, and then the name of it afterwards.
Is this say what it actually is? So these are notes.
That's the name of the file.
Yeah.
And this is just a general quick description of it. So I can go to any one of those files, or I could look to say, then what's more at that same level. See? So.
Good.
I have one more question.
Yeah.
Could you ask Doug to open a document, because I'm doing it at different zones. You've already done this. I just have to film it differently.
Okay.
Open a new document and change the view specification to first line only. I'm only going to be filming mostly the top left-hand part of the screen, so it's actually legible. Is that cool, Doug?
Sure.
I'm not ready for you yet. 1 second.
Should I ask? Can we see?
Can you open it?
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll focus for a moment.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
I'll ask something.
Well, this I'm looking for a section here where these are kind of mail and mail storage files down here, and
That's very sexist.
and so I can pick any one I want to and go open it up. So
I'm ready to film. Can you please repeat what you said again? Because now I'm zoomed in. It would be really nice to have it, including what you said.
So can you, for instance, open a file and only see the first sentence?
the first sentence in the file, or sure. Pick one of my mail ones that for a given period of mail storage.
Yeah.
Tell me which one.
So, for instance, the 30th. Sorry, the 4th of February.
No, pick it by telling me which name.
Is that the name?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, that one. T46.
Okay, so then I'd say, and you want to see, when I go there, what do you want to see?
The first line only? First sentence
of
only?
anything there? Alright.
I've zoomed in too far. Your commands are too long. I have to zoom out and you have to do that again. I apologize.
Yeah. So my question was really not
Your
very good
question
anyway.
was perfect. Just answer, ask him, open a file and...
Yeah?
I forgot I wouldn't. It's really tough, actually.
See, one thing, the first line is I would just show that. Or the other one is saying,
First
hey,
paragraph.
just the top level things, one line.
Yeah.
That's what you want to see. That's
No,
what,
if you're in a in a document,
Mhm.
text document, see only, for instance, the first sentence only or the first paragraph only.
All right. It's not the one that's the name of it or
No,
something.
no,
Okay.
down there in
Sure.
the actual document.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, but you don't know whether that is the hierarchical head of a chapter or section or something, do you?
Well, for instance, the first line of each paragraph. Is that possible? Would that be possible?
At what level? I mean, how many levels into the document? You could say that what we usually do go in there just the first line of the top level. It's like I want to see the first line of the chapters.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you have your certificate
sorry.
paper on there?
What?
So I'm just thinking maybe it's better to use a document rather than an email file as an example.
Yeah, that's what we were looking at before.
Yeah. I think that might be a bit clearer.
If you go back to do that again.
Right. And so I'd say, go back to jump return files. Was it that one?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that one. Was it F? No, it wasn't that one. Was it camera? Maybe it was. Well, let's try. No.
No.
So we go through that
So
again.
to make this really clear for the filming, when you've found one and you're ready, if you say now, then Fleur will ask you the question to do it, and then you do it. Because the searching makes things a little complicated for us to edit later. So you tell Fleur when you're ready, and then she'll ask you the question, you do it. Is that cool?
Right. I can just jump directly to it if you
Yeah.
like. Oh, okay. So I knew that I had named it something like this. View demonstration. See? And I say when I get there, I only want to see the first line, first level, one line each. And I say, okay, here are the things I was going to show you.
Is this this is the first line of each paragraph in the actual document? Is that
Yeah.
right?
Right, they open up the documents all together.
We're going to have to do it again, because I want to make sure this is filmed perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that this, it'd be better to go to something that was a real document like this thing was.
Yeah. If you
Okay.
Okay.
So these are all documents.
No, these are links to that one kind of document, the links that went to different places with different views on them, see?
Okay.
Do you have your 62 paper? It'll be a really nice example if you have it in there.
No, it's, we lost the augment version. Never was. Never was an augment, come to think about it.
Any other main paper then? Because
Yeah,
then
that's
we'll
what this one is.
This one is.
Great.
Anyway, so this link on this thing would do it.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, so we just say jump to link on that. That's what I was trying to explain to you before.
Yeah.
So that goes to that document, which is something was a published paper. And these are the different chapters in it.
I need you now, Doug, to please type in the command so that I see how long it is, because I'm going to zoom in tight so it's really easy for people to see on the screen. So just say open this document, view spec, first line only, and then don't actually execute, because that's what I'm filming here. Sorry for all these visual interruptions, guys.
Okay. Blank screen.
Okay, now write out, please, the sentence, or command rather, I apologize. Open this document to the view spec only first line per paragraph. And then don't execute it, just let me zoom in on it.
Okay.
Thanks.
What was its number?
Nope. Yeah.
Oh,
Just make something
no, I
up.
better go verify that number before. That's it is. 80360. Don't let me forget that. All right.
80360, I'll remember.
Right. You ready? Okay, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, 1, 2.
I want to jump to item, and I know it's got a number, 80360. It's a numbered file. So I say, okay, I want to go there. And I say, all right. So then it says what view I want. And you asked for what view was it?
First sentence only of each paragraph.
Okay. The top level?
Yes.
How many lines do you want blank space between them or
Yeah,
not?
blank space is nice.
Blank space between them. Okay, do you want them numbered or not?
Yeah, number.
Want them numbered, all right. So I think we're ready to go. So we
Okay.
just say, all right, go.
Yeah, I'm very happy.
Good.
Okay, stop recording.
You don't have that dynamic ability to, hit a couple of chords and and make it exactly what you need.
It is a lot more flexible.
Yeah, we have to do that.
Yeah, and
somehow.
flexibility is very
But flexible is good, but dynamic, I think
Dynamic.
you covered it even better. Because you're saying that, if I can paraphrase what you said, today with a GUI, settings are stored somewhere else, you go find them. But in Doug's system, every setting is dynamically part of everything you do.
Yeah, how can you say that, Doug?
I can't even pronounce the words. What did he say?
Just that you don't have settings that apply to everything all the time, but that you can choose what to do at any moment in time.
A lot of them, some of them are sort of set for you when you enter, or basic. I don't know how you say it.
How did I say it?
If you can just say, settings today are off to in some little special area on the computer where they change them. But in your system, the settings are part of how you work. You can change them on the fly as part of the operation if you want or not.
You can dynamically.
Yeah, in other systems of today, settings are something you often go off and change, and then every place you move after that, those settings prevail. And in Augment, we have a lot of different kinds of settings that you can just do on the fly, because at that time it'd be more convenient if the setting were like this rather than like this. So anyway, this is very much the way it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
brilliant.
Very good.
I'd like to show another thing that's in there.
Prevail was a better word too.
It shall
Let's see.
prevail.
Very good.
How about we
Computer use is dangerous to your health.
So do you need a glass of water?
Iced tea? Beer? Coke?
I guess so. It's a funny thing.
Do we have champagne?
Don't get stuck on the sticky floor of my kitchen.
Okay.
I spilled some stuff on it.
Yeah, Fleur, I hope Kevin's floor in the kitchen doesn't mind some water.
Why?
Never cleaned up that spill, did we?
Which pill?
That spill.
Yes, I did.
Oh,
And I did the dishes this morning.
good girl. Nice. That's great, I can have some non-speaking bits of the man hard at work sneezing. Are you allergic to the computer or Fleur?
Oh yeah.
Both.
Who's a birthday girl?
22. Gee,
23, come
you
on.
don't look over 20.
Thanks.
Yeah, these two.
Excuse me, are you saying my business partner looks immature?
Interesting.
Do you want anything?
See, the whole point of this was we were actually doing a commercial for Sprites. water.
One minute.
My favorite tripod.
So, here's an example. Shall I show it to you?
Yeah.
No.
How are we doing?
See, if it's set like this in here, there's the name.
Could you please start saying example of what?
Oh,
Just so we have the intro for today.
It's an example of another feature that we have that we call the inclusion feature.
Yeah.
And one pair of the view spec characters, capital O and capital P, are there to say turn on that kind of special feature or turn it off. And the special feature is that if it runs across a statement that says, capitalized word include and then a link, it means that in place of this here, it includes in this view the content that you're pointing to. So in this particular case here, it says, okay, the link starts out with a textual address string. .u means, from this point, jump up.
Mm-hmm.
The .ul means when you get up there, take the link that's there. That points to this document we were looking at. D says, well, drop down a level. And then what's there says, at that level, show everything that follows it, only at that level, one line, no blank lines between them, and turn on the numbers. See? So we can just say, all right, let's turn on view spec uppercase O. See? What do you see?
Mm-hmm.
And you say, that doesn't seem to be wrong. Right. You go back and it says ELTZM. That's supposed to be there. Why isn't that working right? And as a matter of fact, I don't know. It's not working right. Well, let's try something else.
We're definitely leaving this in. So sorry, you have include and
a link. We jump in
And a
that
link.
link. Look what you see. So this is supposed to include that view here. Include. Let's include. You have to say what object you're including. Pardon me. See, nice. All right.
mm-hmm. What is Plex? Sorry.
That's what you're seeing there. See? Plex. So, this is in there and here. Huh? So I could go along looking at this thing like this, and I said, you're talking about some material there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me get a picture of it. So it's set up so if you put it on this view spec, it'll show it to me underneath there, see? And, boy, this is...
So you've included a certain view in...
See, there's a view spec that says, don't... anyway, normally if I'm looking through there, I'd see just this, see?
Yeah.
And I'd say, oh, I'd like to include in this particular view that plex that thing's pointing to.
Yeah.
And it's pointing actually to the file I want to go. So all I have to do then is hit this other view spec, and it includes that, you know, it includes in this view that thing that you're pointing to. So you don't have to actually, people don't have to actually go there. They can just have it, a picture of it included if they wish, and they have their choice as they're coming through whether it's going to include or not, or just tell you the name of what's there. Sorry, it's confusing, huh?
I think I understand.